don't touch the third rail, which is Israel. You can never mention Israel without being immediately called anti-Semitic, lose your job, or anything else.
Now, I know, particularly this week, that for many in this hall, there's one issue that stands as a test for these principles, and a test for American foreign policy. That is the conflict between the Israelis and the Palestinians. Peace will not come through statements and resolutions at the United Nations. If it were that easy, it would have been accomplished by now. But understand this as well. America's commitment to Israel's security is unshakable. Our friendship with Israel is deep and enduring. And so we believe that any lasting peace must acknowledge the very real security concerns that Israel faces every single day.
Hands shot up all around the Security Council on Friday as Brazilian Council President Maria Luiza Ribeiro Viotti called for those in favor of the resolution condemning Israeli settlement building. When Viotti asked for those opposed, one lonely hand shot up, that of Susan Rice, the American ambassador to the UN. Rice's veto was one more in a long line of vetoes in support of America's ally Israel, and it meant that the resolution could not pass in spite of the overwhelming support of more than 115 nations. As allies Germany, France, and the United Kingdom all disagreed with the veto in a joint statement read by the British ambassador.
The United Kingdom, France, and Germany are seriously concerned about the current stalemate in the Middle East peace process. We each voted in favor of the draft Security Council resolution because our views on settlements, including in East Jerusalem, are clear. They are illegal under international law, an obstacle to peace, and constitute a threat to a two-state solution.
The main objective of this institution is to uphold international law. This is why we came to the Security Council, and this is why we will continue coming back to the Security Council.
Ask everyone, small countries, big countries, intermediate countries, to be active in this exercise until we reach the day of ending occupation and having independence and allowing for full membership of the State of Palestine in the community of nations and raising our flag in front of this building. We received last week in Brussels, as you mentioned, high marks from the World Bank, from the IMF, from the United Nations, from the Europeans, that the institutions of the Palestinian Authority are ready to govern in a form of a state any moment the Palestinian people wish to do so.
In other news, Israel is trying to block a Palestinian move to seek a recognition of statehood at the UN General Assembly in September. Israel's foreign minister has ordered its ambassadors to fuel the media hype against Palestinian statehood. Meanwhile, Israeli Premier Benjamin Netanyahu and 9 of his ministers have left for Italy. Their main goal is expected to be getting world leaders to oppose Palestinian statehood and UN membership.
Uruguay reinforced its supportive stance, which means that every South American state stands in support of Palestine, except for Colombia, which has sworn it won't recognize the Palestinian effort. Mansour used every tool at his disposal, especially the recent UN report that states Palestinian functions are sufficient for statehood and that Israel should roll back its, quote, measures of occupation, unquote. In spite of Security Council technicalities that have proven to be roadblocks for the Palestinian movement, the Organization of the Islamic Conference says it's behind Palestine all the way.
Almost all OIC member states, they already recognized Palestine on the 1967 borders. And we consider ourselves as organization, as a regional organization representing the Muslim world. We are at the service of the Palestinian people, and we will be supporting them with all our means.
Ladies and gentlemen, the General Conference has thus voted to adopt the draft resolution and decided to admit Palestine as member of UNESCO.